Alright, everybody, welcome back. Uh, well, slowly getting back to normal here, so I've had a long few days. I did get a lot done yesterday off camera, so you notice something absent right here. The steam tank. It's now over here in the corner. I'm gonna keep this for now and upgrade it in place to aluminum once I get enough aluminum made. But for now, this is good enough. See, I've lit things up a little better now, so you can actually see inside of it. But we got dark steel pipes. These are just temporary machines I needed to make more pipes and casings. So all the multi-blocks have now been reorganized. And as you can see, there's still things I need to hook up. This all still needs to get redone over here. And that needs hooked up. There's mobs all over the place because of that. Really should fix that. We need to get an ender reservoir, like, badly. The ender reservoir for this. Because I checked the tanks upstairs on the roof just a little while ago, and they are draining rapidly from this thing processing all the Thaumcraft crystal ores. So, it's slowly getting there, and then most of the multis have been upgraded to steel. The texture pack is still a little broken with these, so they haven't finished, I guess, the textures for the steel version, so they still look like bronze. Yeah. All the main ones have been upgraded. I didn't bother upgrading this because it's already outpacing anything that one MV sifter could ever hope to do. And then I didn't upgrade the forge hammer because I rarely ever use it, so... And this thing's already plenty fast. It processes entire stacks of, like, cobble or gravel down in a matter of seconds, so... I see no purpose in upgrading this right now. Yeah, like, I need to get Steam hooked back up to these temporarily. It's completely disconnected at the moment, so... That's a big thing I need to do right now. I also need to get the mob repeller hooked up. So... Yes, for now, I'm just going to leave that stuff where it is. I also need to get my temporary machine lines set up. Like, probably just over here, we'll just set up manual machines. And we also need to get the storage figured out, but I'm going to figure that out somewhat mostly off camera. I'm thinking I'm just going to, like, deal with the drawer designs later today and then redo that off camera, because that's going to take a long time. The plan in general is to kind of get a little bit of magic done. I already did a teeny bit of Britannia off camera to, where did I put it? I'll just say I made 2 day blooms and 2 nightshades and let the mana pool fill up. I did not make a mana diamond. I made 4 ingots mana steel and made this to make the whole process way faster. And yeah, we got an HV battery buffer. It's being fed 2 amps of HV, obviously. 8 amps of MV here, so it's fine. You can actually do that with battery buffers in this version of GregTech. They don't care what tier power goes into a battery buffer, as long as it matches or is lower than the tier of the battery buffer, everything is fine. So you could charge these with a whole bunch of LV if you really wanted to. I just needed a place to charge an HV tool, and just so happens the battery buffer is the only one that works right now, because I don't have HV circuits, so can't make any actual HV machines or an HV battery charger or none of that. But the buffer works, so here we are. And I've just been doing a little bit of living rock and living wood here and there, just getting some prepped. Because I know I'm going to use a lot of living rock, especially in the Britannia building. I already know that. It's going to be a lot of living rock and living wood. I need to see if there's a way I can automate this stuff right now. I'll have to look into that. And then the other thing we're going to do is try and get a little bit of magic done. Hopefully get some of the basic research here out of the way, because I have done absolutely none other than unlock what I think is all of the aspects, hopefully. You'll see a few I had to do by combining other ones. There's like 5 or 6 I had to do by combining others, so I only have like 3 of some of them, but it's probably all I need right now. So yeah, we'll try and get into some of this and get that all going. Yeah, the centrifuges should be way faster. I have these two just going flat out on redstone, filling a super tank with mercury here. And this generates a decent amount of ruby dust and raw silicon dust and a ton of iron. But also you can use this for sulfur too if I just break it down. So if I get to the point where I need sulfur and I don't feel like going to the nether, well, kind of got a source of sulfur right here. It's like, who knew how many things a glowstone works could turn into? It's kind of crazy when you think about it. So I'd like to get the steam hooked up over there, get the water dealt with, and deal with that first here. So let's get some pipes. I moved all the pipes right here. Should just use the pot and pipes for now. That's plenty to get over there. And the other little thing doesn't use all that much power, I don't think, right? Let's see. MV Repellator only costs 16 EU per tick, so small pot and pipe should be way more than sufficient for that. Alright, so the plan here is to just like pop a line like underneath here and just take it out this way. I'll probably just do it right here in the center of the tank. Let's see, do I have them on me still? Yep, I do. Alarm might sound for a second. I have not put the override in yet. So this one will still have an override. I just haven't put it in yet. Didn't bother. This line is just temporary, just so at least the benzene can run. I do kind of need to fix that, though. So we'll just go like this. Oh yeah, I can still hop on top of it and fill it with silicon dioxide if I really need to. But I will say, at least the rework is going pretty smoothly so far. That's a good thing. I do need to get a thing for this as well. I think I put the valve over here, didn't I? I have an LV valve. Oh, I have them in my inventory already. Yeah, I need an LV valve on this thing, or it's not going to be fast enough to do much of anything, really. These Railcraft auto outputs are horrendously slow. They're only one bucket, like, at a time. It's really bad. Hi, Enderman. Yeah, walk into the steam pipe. Good idea. Left it uncovered on purpose. unlike last time. And then I need to get up there. Okay. Ah. And I do have to watch sometimes. This thing is too fast for its own good at times. This wrench is. Like, it's actually pretty crazy. Like, certain things it rips through so fast, I've already accidentally broke things. Quite a lot, in fact. Okay, that should fix the mob issue here shortly. Hopefully. This is probably just filling its internal buffer, I'd imagine. If not, I may have to get a bigger pipe. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it just has a pretty large internal buffer. It's good. So it's like 6,900 millibuckets for a full amp of MV, like roughly. That's a rough estimate. It's like 69 and change, somewhere around there. Yeah, I was like, 2,000 should be more than enough to run basically half an amp of LV, because that's all it's doing. So in reality, it's like 3/4 of an amp at LV after efficiency losses and all that. Now we need to make an ender reservoir. I need to fix that water, or we're going to have to listen to the annoying low water alarm here really soon if I don't. So yeah, all I need for this is 4 HV pumps. So we need 4 HV motors and some stainless pipe. Like, nothing too out of the ordinary here. Which I did already make 12 HV motors, so... Alright, what do we got here? We're not in a crafting grid, that's why. I need to just get these things there. We need stainless pipes, okay. We can just do these by hand, it's fine. I'm not too concerned about durability on this thing. By the time I need to replace the head on this thing, I'm gonna have plenty of mana steel at that point. So, and this needs the screwdriver. I do still need to make like the screwdriver, the buzzsaw, the files, and all that good stuff. It'll come with time. What do we got here? We're missing gold cable of all things. Okay. Well then. Shoot. Okay. There's another gold ring to go to the Britannia setup. Because those are primarily used in Britannia more than anything. Alright, so we need to get a wire mill set up here. I've just been chucking things at this stuff and letting it do its thing. I've just been chucking machines on it, and it's like, yeah, this works. It's fine. I think I am going to reinstitute the upper floor here for like manual machines and just make more elevators. This one also needs to move eventually because it's kind of in the way. But yeah, we'll probably still leave the upper floor. I'll put it like up here or something. And we can use that for like manual machine lines and stuff like that. I figure that'll work for now. See, this really doesn't need much at all, so this should be more than good enough. This uses like next to nothing. We also need the assembly machine, which should already be over here. Yep. And I need to get rubber. Let's see, I put all my liquids back in here, didn't I? Yes, I did. Molten rubber, oil, benzene. Yeah, rubber is a big problem, so get the fluid extractor right here. And yeah, like I need to set up the regular extractor stack and all of that. We are going to set those up for sure. So those are going to be extremely, extremely useful to me. It's like any amount of production that's faster than what I had is a good thing. This is just generic processing, so 24. And now we should be able to make a couple of HV pumps. Boom. Alright, fused quartz and cauldrons. Cauldrons are a... just make a ton, honestly. I'm gonna need them. Let's see. Fused quartz. I think I have some fused quartz over here already. I remember I found it last time. Just gotta remember where I put it. Frick, where are you? Aha. There it is. It's like, just look for the one with the big red warning that says it no longer protects against nuke explosions. And then you found it. Nice. That may or may not complete the quest because I'm doing this earlier than I'm supposed to. So it's probably over in one of these somewhere. I have no idea where. So, let's see, where is it at? It's in here somewhere, right? I have no stinking idea where it's at. Okay. Could have swore there was a quest for these things. But the upside is... goodbye, water problems. Actually, we're going to... well, you know what? We're going to leave this on the roof supply. I'd rather that run out than the tank down here. Because this is no longer necessary. Just come in here and just go bam, bam, and just hijack these pipes, and we're good to go. Yeah, this is going to be way, way nicer. All right. Alright, now we just need to get some water here. I should have plenty of water cells in here somewhere. Let's see, where are they? There they are. Alright, if this thing ever goes off, it is now specifically the fault of Ender.io. Just saying. Like, it is now explicitly Ender.io's problem if this thing blows up. Alright, we just need some LV pumps here. These things really don't use a substantial amount of water, surprisingly. You would think they would, but they don't. Do I even have LV pumps? What the heck? Apparently not. Okay. I really do not need an MV pump on that. There is no point. I wish this pack had ULV pumps and stuff on it. For things like this, it would be really, really nice because things like this really don't need much water. Like, this is excessive for this. It's like, for this small of a job, it's extremely, extremely excessive. So, like, this will just catch up by itself now. You should slowly refill. Yeah, you can see it's massively outpacing it. It'll be full here in just a second. Same with this one. Yeah. So now we can seal up the back end there and eradicate this nightmare from existence, because this has already been unhooked the other day. And then this can go from a... And yeah, this can probably go from a NAND gate to just a straight line right here, just a NOT gate. So there's no point in keeping a low water alarm now. Like, the long distance pipeline still has to get redone. Like, once we reroute the, once we reset up the oil and all that, we'll deal with this thing. Because I still haven't extended it out like I was going to yet. Yeah, you can see that this wrench, it rips. It's fast. Really, really nice wrench. Like, I have zero complaints about this thing. Like, it is just absurdly fast. That's the going up to the benzene. That's the charcoal line. Alright, goodbye, giant water tank of doom. You're now useless. Very nice. Okay. Yep, that looks like it's going, so... You can see it's barely using anything. It's, like, what, using not even, like, maybe a tenth of what that thing's producing. It really doesn't take much to run this. Like, you would think with the speed that thing consumes charcoal at, that it would be consuming a ridiculous amount of water, but it really doesn't. Now, if I put up, like, several of those, then, yeah, we might need a second one of those things, but until I need, like, multiple boiler setups, which is not happening, as by then there's way better ways to produce it. There's the large turbines in GregTech that are way faster. Because, yeah, there's all of, like, this stuff right here that is going to make those look like a joke once we get to these. So I'm not worried. Because, I mean, obviously the steam has to stay around to keep these things running. So it's like, those boilers ain't going anywhere anytime soon. It's like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they can stay there for all eternity to run these things. Even once I make the big, large turbine. I just don't see much point, you know? If it works, it works. Sort of thing. Alright, let's get a little bit more living rock going. Then, yeah, we'll start working on putting in the second floor again, so I can start getting manual machine lines back up and running. Let's see here. I don't want it to be concrete. I like it to look decent this time, since this is hopefully going to be this base's final form. This, I still don't know if I'm going to stick with this, like, super long term, or if I'm going to just exclusively use the personal dimension when I get it, but... I mean, but the majority of my Minecraft experience is on Skyblocks. I'm just used to that. So... I was like, when I first started playing Minecraft, I had a computer that was a single-core 2.2 gigahertz CPU, like an old 64-bit AMD CPU, and then 1 gig of RAM. Yeah, I had half of the CPU and RAM requirements to run the game. Let's just say, if I didn't install Optifine, I was getting, like, barely over single-digit frame rates. And it was more CPU and RAM limits than anything else. The GPU was fine. Once I installed Optifine, my frame rates went up to like 50, 60 range. Even on like medium-sized mod packs at the time. That was back in like Minecraft 1.3, 1.4 era. Because I started in 1.3.2. So... that's why most of my experience was on Skyblocks, because they just run better. By a lot, actually. Like, it's not even close. Just how much better a Skyblock runs than a normal world. Just because there's nothing there for it to do. So everything just happens a lot quicker than it otherwise would. Just want to get this all moved over real quick. There we go. That way we can start popping out a decent amount of gold cable. I may as well get another one going in the rubber while we wait. We're going to use it. Alright. Okay, let's see here. Because, yeah, I would like to get separate ones for plates, then foils, then rods, and bolts, and screws. I want a separate, like, bin for each one. Rather than this. So I'm gonna have to burn some diamonds, but it's not like I don't have a decent amount. And I still have not done basically any mining since I did that big mining spree the last time. So yeah, there's still plenty of diamonds out there. It's not like I have a shortage. Because yeah, there's a vein there, a vein down there. I believe there's a vein like somewhere else on the map that I've like randomly hit. I forget where. There's a lot. I really am not worried about those. Yeah. And then I do want to get the bottom started. I still thinking I want to go with the purple theme, but I need to find a good purple block, like purple-ish, for the walls and stuff down there. And it's a side effect. If we're gonna live next to a lavender fields biome, I mean, you just gotta go with the color scheme. Why not, right? I would really, really like to get this, actually. Right here. Not the Natura Darkwood, not the Twilight Darkwood, but the Biomes of Plenty Darkwood. This stuff. Right here. I wish I could get this, but I have searched and searched for Ominous Woods biome. Yeah, I just decided to head north and just start searching the other day. This is where the Thaumcraft fun came from. I hit a bunch of cultists up here at a couple spots and went kind of ham on them, as evidenced by the amount of Crimson Cult gear in the Thaumcraft barrel. I was just like, I'm bored. I want to kill some infernal mobs. Let's do it. why not, you know? Yeah. And keep in mind, these are full because I combined a bunch of drops to make a full set there for those. I didn't combine everything, but yeah, for the most part, they're there. And this is just the Thaumcraft villager that I bought the Nitor from. I did upgrade that to Nitor instead of an actual fire down there, so less risk. And I will need to pipe water over here somehow. I'll probably just run a pipe like underneath and just pop it up for now, but or we can make another set of reservoir and just let it do its thing. I don't know yet. Nothing is finalized. This is all just on the fly. So, do I still want to go with the block I had last time? Or do we want to do something different? I'm kind of thinking I want to do something different here. How about Tyrion? We haven't really used that. But we'll keep factory blocks just in case. Same with technical block. I do need to seal up the hole downstairs real quick before we do anything, though. Just in case something catastrophic happens. I'd like to minimize what gets out. So, I did actually copy the world and test boom these things like 3 or 4 times the other day. And let's just say the damage to the exterior was 0 every single time. So I don't know if they didn't nerf this obsidian or if the boom from these things is just so small that it doesn't matter. I'd have to look at the railcraft like source to find out what the explosion power is. And what the blast resistance of this obby is. I have no idea. It may actually be the default of, what is it, like 6,000 or something stupid like that. And IC2 is supposed to nerf Obsidian to like 60, I think it is, by default. So, I don't think that happened. Let's just say that. I'm thinking Tyrion 9. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Tyrion 2 and 3, I have a feeling, downstairs. Let's go with Tyrion 9. I kind of like that design. So. Alright. And we'll empty out the rest of that. Okay. And that. So we're going to need these, because, like I said, I want to make this look good this time. What do we want to use here? Probably like 8, maybe? So I'm thinking, yeah, we just continue like the yellowish theme, and oh, it just so happens blue complements yellow really well, so especially like the more violet, indigo, like muted blue. So I have a feeling this is gonna look pretty good here. And then let's see, technical block. We could go with rusty panels, I think. Or sturdy. I don't know. See what it looks like. We could just go with the standard scaffold, too. There's a lot of options here. One, two, three, 4. So I want 4 spaces available, because that's good enough for a manual machine line. So yeah, we have our 2 spots here. So top is going to be the Tyrion, like that. And the bottom is going to be this. And that gives me enough room to stand on top of the larger multis, so that's good. Except for these, which this platform isn't going to be out to that far, so it's fine. I do need to watch out for the mob problem here. So we need to get this just temporarily to prevent mobs. Let's turn that on. Yeah, and this is mainly so it mimics this design. That's what I'm going for here. Oh, yeah, the frame rate is bad. Oh, yeah, it's because of rain. I notice I get a really bad frame rate when it rains. It seems to tank it pretty hard. It shouldn't, but it does. Oh, I went way too far with that. Let's see, we want to leave some space. So let's go like that. Probably just take it right to the edge right here for now. I can always expand it if needed. So, yeah, this should be enough to get some manual machines going, at least. And then we'll expand it out this way just a couple blocks. Just to match with the edge of that. Just like everything else. Mistakes were made. Let's see, I should be able to get up there, right? Yep. It's like I already had that in mind. Like, if I fall off, just go there. Okay, now I can't really use that strategy. Just gonna have to break a couple. Oh, wow, that frame rate is bad. What the heck is going on? Yeah, I'm barely hitting close to 60. What is happening right now? Why is the frame rate so bad? There we go. Oh, what is going on? Yeah, that is horrific. What is happening? And yeah, this will leave me enough room. I can still put the underlying bits in there, so everything just works. I'll probably just cut it to right here, I think. For now. We're not going to need that much room. So we can just chop off this last 3 blocks here. Just want to just ensure that nothing spawns, just in case the spawn blocker breaks. You never know. So. I gotta figure out why my FPS is gone down the crapper here. Like, it is really bad. It's usually not this bad during rain. So, I don't know what's happening right now. It's like bad FPS during rain is something that happens sometimes, but usually not to this extent. Like... Yeah, so much for triggering Sodium's lag protection there. That's how bad it is. I do like this floor. Looking at it here, really like that. That's nice. And we can even add in the 3rd floor windows if I really wanted to. That's also an option. Don't worry, it's going to be lit up more significantly here in just a few minutes. So... Alright. And I want to have, like, a border around the edge of it. Probably like a caution border of some sort. Let's see. Are there alternatives? Like, good alternatives to the traditional border? Like this. Besides the orange and white. We could go with the orange and white, actually. The only other ones I know of are, like, I think they're either in Futura blocks or structural concrete I know has one. Let's try the orange real quick. Yeah, I like that. There we go. Let's see it with lit up. Yeah, I like that. That's a good, good, like, contrast with it. And then we'll need to light it up. We'll probably light it up at, like, these points. I'm thinking eventually I'll replace these with orange ones to match. I just need to make some orange lights. So... need to figure out what the best option is here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, if we go put one there, right up against the wall, 3, 4, 5, blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Yeah, that works. Just banging on that should work, because it works up here as well. If you do a 5x5, like with a 3x3, and then the scaffold on a 5x5 works for this size. So I knew that was going to work right off the bat, without even having to calculate anything. Okay, yeah, we are going to need some more significant lighting up here for sure, but this is usable, at least. And then I got to figure out a good way to kind of platform that off. I'll probably make some like corner slope carpenter blocks, I think, and then use those. That, or we'll just find a purple-ish wood and use it. I don't know yet. Where did I put my carpenter blocks? Are there some over here? I thought I maybe made some slopes. Yes, I did. We'll probably just use Fort again for this, or we can use this. Let's see. What can we get out of factory blocks that would work? Keep in mind, CTM does not work on these, so that's kind of the problem here with using these to do it. CTM fails. I really don't like the look of any of those for it. Like, this is gonna look really bad because of the CTM. Let's try it with a little bit of diamond plating, see what it does, I guess. It's gonna be a challenge doing it this way. Alright, let's try with these. That works, I guess. That's fine. Come on. Yeah. Whoops. Shoot. Luckily, my hatchet is now so fast that it just instant mines these. Thankfully. Ah, I know that couldn't work. Don't tell me it can't. There we go. Probably just go up on top here and work our way over like this. Mm-hmm. We actually do need to go on top to get this. Oh wait, you can do that? I did not know you could do that with carpenter's blocks. What? I didn't know they added Z-tone cycling to carpenter blocks. That's interesting. Good to know. Seems like that would be very useful at times. Alright, there we go. We now have a second floor. Now we just need a way to get to it. So let's make some more elevator blocks. Let's see, do I already have them on here? Nope. Do not. Elevator, rotating elevator, just takes a few extra things. Aluminum frames, ender pearl plates, it's not that bad. Let's see, we got some of that. Let's add that over there. Steel and ender pearl plates and small steel gears. I really don't have much of that made, so we're gonna have to make some. I burned through a few thousand steel on upgrades. Let's just say that. Let's see. Bender, you can make some steel plates. That's fine. We need to grab the gear mold for that. Should be in here. We need small steel gears. And then might set up another extruder real quick. Let's see, advanced turbine. I should have more extruders, because if you remember, I made 4 of these things. And everybody was like, oh my god, why? Yeah, this is why. This is why I made 4 extruders. When I know I'm going to need something, I can make it quickly. When I know I need multiple things at a time. So. Let's see. This can change. Let's just get our stuff out of my inventory here. Boom, boom. We don't need any of that right now. Here we go. Alright. So, we don't need those either. Okay, these are typically on 4. Yeah. Five, 6, okay. So I'd like to have multiple points to go up, just boom, 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 right through. Like, I want to have one right along here somewhere. Probably, like, right here-ish. Right where the light's at. Just to match up with it. Would have been wild if this matched up, but it doesn't. So... it is what it is. We need to get some ender pearl plates as well. These are blocks of ender pearl in a cutting machine, which is just ender pearls in a compressor. Not even a problem anymore. There's the compressors. I'm gonna go get a whole bunch of this stuff. Boom. Okay. Yep, and then the other one should kick in for the other 18. Perfect. And we just come in here, chop these to plates. That's going to take a little bit, not too long. Okay, let's see. Steel plates, ender pearl, aluminum box, small steel gear. Boom, boom, boom. We just need our ender plates. And boom. The rotating elevator is just the elevator with rods and small gears, so if I want to upgrade, I can. I do have one rotating elevator already that I made for the quest somewhere in this mess. Like, yeah, I made these for some flat lamps. You may or may not have noticed some Z-Tones flat lamps up here now. The nearly invisible kind, just for extra lighting. So everything isn't like all super dark and yucky looking all the time. Because I have always said that I do like dark builds overall. That's why so many of them are so dark. Let's just cut all of that. Plenty of elevators. Good. But yeah, I do have a rotated elevator somewhere in this nightmare. The only question is where? I do not remember. Boom, and then we can go straight up there. Alright, what are the XY or XZ coordinates here? 720, 168. Let's see, how can we easily get up there? Ah, come on. There we go. Okay, 720 and 168 should be right about where I'm standing. Right here. Boom. Okay. Then I'd like to put one like right about here, so. Alright, this is 739, 168. Perfect. Alright, now we can start bringing a steam line up here. It's going to be a substantial steam line. It's probably going to be a huge dark steel. But I'll have to see if I have enough dark steel to actually do that. That's the problem. Do we? No, actually. We do not. I guess we're running pot and pipe then. That's fine. Not even worried. We're just gonna run a substantial amount of pot and pipe, though. So we could pull it up this way. For one, I guess. I'm thinking like right here, probably. Something like that, and then just pull them out this way and route them up there. Probably gonna do one for now. Oh, that did not work out. Let's just use this. And, because, yeah, I need to make more steam valves. I need to make another batch of dark steel once we get done here. So I can, fully utilize all this. This is completely freaking empty, which is crazy. Did I set these wrong? I may have set these wrong, huh? That or it's just not pulling from it because it doesn't need to. What is going on? I'm gonna have to investigate that. That is weird. Not gonna lie. Let's see, this is the second block, so we actually want to go out that way now. Or we could just take it straight to the wall. Though I still would like to be able to access behind it, so this is probably fine. We may go like this block right here. Or we could go all the way up to the ceiling and bring it around. That might look cleaner, actually. Yeah, like bringing it to the ceiling and then bringing it backwards and down is probably a lot cleaner, although more expensive. Yeah, this is a new platform. It's gonna get lit up here in a few minutes. I just gotta get some more lights up here. Probably make a bunch of flat lamps and like put them in the floor or something. So. The rework is coming along fairly well so far, which is nice. Yeah, the tank has moved over here. Like all the multis have been reorganized now, and many of them upgraded even. It's like, yeah, we got 4 steel users, we got 4 steel centrifuges now. I don't know if you were here the whole time or not, but yeah, we're making super tank of mercury and processing a bunch of redstone in 2 of them just all the time right now. Yeah, we got 4 steel compressors. We already had the grinders. Like, this is now running exclusively like off the ceiling supply up there in the 24 water tanks. The boilers now have an ender reservoir, so if the boilers explode from this point on, or that low thing will go off once I hook it to that, because I'm still going to hook it to the boilers. If that thing ever goes off, I blame Ender.io. Ender.io will be fully to blame if those boilers ever explode. So. because it now has its own completely overkill water supply. Hello. Whoa, and that did not go well. Oh, jeez. Here we go. The piston boots messed me up there. So let's go up here and then over like that. Yeah, waste pot and pipe, but not like I care. I have a absolute ton of this stuff. And when I say absolute ton of this stuff, yeah, I mean an absolute just ton of it. Since the whole base was running off of pot and pipes and steam for the longest time, it's like, yeah. The bigger the manual machine lines, for now, can still run off of steam. And most of the automation down there, outside of these, is going to run off the benzene. So. Let's see here. 13 basic turbines. Yeah, this way I can still go around the back here and access it, though. What I could do is either have the access over here or on both sides, and then like I could have like a fence here, because there's like the architecture craft fences, so that might be good too. Oh yeah, yeah, that's another option for it. I went with the benzene here, and large like high pressure railcraft boilers down there for steam. There's plenty of different ways to do it. Yeah, definitely one of the nice parts about this pack, too, is there's not one right way to do anything. There's multiple paths. So, it's like it's up to the player to figure out, like, okay, do I want to do diesel or benzene or light fuel or whatever? Like, there's so many different ways to do it. So, yeah, let's go over one, like this. And then I can put some railing in here just so I can access behind this easily. There. I'll have to make the saw thing for architecture craft because I have not done it yet. Let's see. What do we need here? Mainly a whole lot of extractors, but I'm just going to make an extractor stack. Probably down on the thing here somewhere. Yeah, I still got 3 basic extractors. I'm going to make like 16 of these things and just let it run hog wild. Just hook up 1 amp of LV to the thing and let it go, basically. I can just hook one turbine to a whole bunch of these, because it doesn't matter if they only get a packet here and there, it'll be enough. So. And redstone alloy wire really isn't that expensive, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's see here. What do I want? Just trying to see what machines I still need. Like, yeah, we'll probably have a stack of, like, basic bending machines and crap like that. This is the unmobile food canning machine that cannot can food because it's not high enough tier. Funny, right? Uh, we'll have a single set of manual extractors just for now. Right there. Basic extruder is kind of garbage. I should probably just arc furnace that crap. Basic lathe is all I have right now, so... Basic scanner. Let's see, I do have a basic gas turbine I could make use of, but... Eh. Let's see. What else do we have here? Centrifuge. I'm gonna keep this here, probably for arc furnace, because I don't see a point. Like, this can be arc furnace, these can be arc furnace, right here. This is useful, this can be arc furnace. I don't care about that. Let's see, thermal centrifuge, we'll keep for now. It's the only one I have, so... Ore washer can definitely go to the arc furnace. I mean, we have a steam multi down there. Do I really need that many? I'll keep them for automation. Only really need one up here. Let's see, polarizer. The only one I have right now, so we're good with that. Autoclave, same situation there. I'm going to put it at the end of the line. Distillery, we'll keep. Forge hammer, there's no point. This can go straight to the arc furnace. Basic circuit assembler, we kind of need that. Pollution detector, basic mixer. It's like I have an MV mixer, I don't care, just... I'll keep it because I can use it for concrete automation, because we will have to do concrete automation for plascrete and crap like that. Right. And this basic autoclave, yeah, like this is gonna need water to run, so hence why I put it right here. I don't have the thing with me, but that should be good enough for the LV line for now. Right, let's get some lighting up in this place. We can actually see what's happening here. Where are my white ones? Right here. Now I gotta find what I did with the rest of the flat lamps. They're somewhere. There they are. So these just run through the cutter right here. Alright, that brightens it up enough to at least see what's going on. My frame rate absolutely sucks today, and I don't know why. If you're wondering why it's lagging, I have no idea. Let's see, is this gonna tell me why? Game renderer, Angelica dynamic lighting. Okay. Angelic dynamic lighting is going to be the... Yeah, how about we go on fast and see if that helps. There we go. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's a lot less significant amount of time. That works. So nice having that feature. Be able to be like, yep, this is your problem right here. Let's see. So I'm gonna put iron barrels on the extractors and probably just regular on the rest of it for now. And hoppers are good enough here. You don't need anything significant going on. Fluid extract, thermal scanner, lathe, and 3 extractors. Yeah, I hate these barrels. And you can't wrench them to rotate them either. It just does not work. Where'd my pick go? Yeah, I'm not gonna get that to work, I don't think. Unless we do like this. Turns out that is not going to work. Okay. I may just put them on the floor behind the machines. Dog is going crazy at the moment. Might have to go out there and figure out what's going on here in a second. Oh my gosh, this is a pain in the butt. Probably should have placed these before I did the other parts, but who cares, right? Okay, let's see what we can do here to brighten things up a little bit. That really didn't help much. That really didn't do much at all. Oh my. What if we did that? Or that. Yeah, there we go. That works. Whoa. Alright. Yeah, that's enough lighting, I guess. I wish these came in more colors, but they don't. So, other than, like, full opaque, half transparent, and then the dark ones, like I used on top of the multis. Yeah, it's enough lighting for now to be able to see what we're doing. Then we need to have an MV line probably running on this side, I figure. Because HV is definitely not going to be running on this. There's just no way. Not when we're consuming, like, what is it? Like, probably going to be close to 40,000 millibuckets a second just for one machine. Somewhere around there. Given it's like almost 7K for an MV machine. That's probably around like 30K for a freaking HB machine. Somewhere around there. Like, it's a lot of steam. Like, there's probably a quest I'll have to make an HV steam turbine, I'm sure. Not sure how much I'll use it for, obviously. I do wonder, though, since that MV repeller only uses 16 EU, I wonder if I could just do like I do with the air filter down there and just put an LV turbine on it, since it's more efficient. Probably should do that. And I'm not, like, super worried. So yeah, we'll want to put a line over there. I don't think we're going to need all of these. We'll leave a second one just in case. And then we'll go, like, right probably here for the next one. Probably just put 2 in there. That should work. The only problem is getting enough dark steel to get a line all the way up there. So we're probably just going to use pot and pipes for the moment until I do. Just because, I mean, I got so much of this stuff, it's not even funny. So... Alright, now we just go up. So going to turn that off. Did this ever fill with steam? No, actually. I honestly have no idea why those aren't filling with steam. I'll have to investigate. Oh well. It is what it is. Nothing I can do to avoid it, I guess. And then, yeah, once we're done setting all these machines back up, I might dig into magic a little bit. As for now, that is at least able to run just because I hooked some steam up to it, so it's no big deal. So I still have not touched this disaster other than feeding more like silicon dioxide and oil into it occasionally. I have not been keeping up with it. It's like there's a lot of work that still needs to be done before I push too hard towards HV. Like, there's a lot of automation that still needs to get done before that. Before we get really too far into it. Not sure if I put a gate on that going the other way or not. I may have. By accident. And if I did, oh well. So... And yeah, I did forget to mention too, the boilers on the roof are still there. They're just not hooked up to anything right now. So they will get hooked back up into the steam supply eventually. It's because there's no point in getting rid of them. They're just free power. Okay, so this is where the first one will come down. Like right here, sort of. Yeah, that gives me enough room to go behind to do maintenance tasks on both. So, plus, let's see, that does not give me enough room to access that, though. So let's not do that. Let's come down with this one, I guess. What we'll do is, kind of do a like this. There. It's a little awkward, but it works. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm already getting myself really confused here. Let's see, I messed that up badly. I need to gate the pipe first, like that. There we go. Okay, now we're good. Because that'll give me 2 spaces. Turbines go here, machines go here. It works. And like these will eventually get replaced with like as we get into like a proper HV and get a bigger power setup for benzene and everything. These will probably mostly get replaced with that. Because I really don't want to run steam and HV if I can help it. I will say though, this HV wrench is really, really nice. Like you can't beat this thing right now. Like it is just so good. That's a problem. Oh, now you fill with steam? Can we do the same to this one to get it to force fill with steam? Yes, actually. Okay. I have no idea what's going on there. We'll figure it out eventually. For the moment, I have no idea what's going on with it. Just trying to get organized to at least some extent here. Let's see, we need those. We Don't need that. We don't need that. We do not need that right now, unless I'm an idiot. There we go. Get our advanced turbines. Let's see. We need the advanced bending machine, the advanced cutting machine, and I already messed up by sorting this. Whoops. 3 extruders. Where did my 4th extruder go? Oh, that's right. Way out here. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, that should be enough now. I think we're getting somewhere. Whoops. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll use this for 6 that can run like more often. So right here. Not sure why that got a gate on it, but okay. Because yeah, now we can run this pipe over the top and do our thing there. Okay, I think we're good now. Yep. Yep, everything is happy. Okay, here we go. So, let's go with a bending machine, a cutting machine. And we can drop our lubricant in there. So what I'll do with the extruders is probably put like 1 here, 1 there. That way they can run off separate steam lines and not like completely kill the power if I'm running both at the same time. So I am really bad with doing that. Let's see, how did I get a wire mill out here? I do need to set up a wire mill, so... That was probably stuff I missed. Let's see, what do we have here? It's basic assembly machine, basic extruder, distillery. Let's see, the sifting machine obviously needs to happen. This is going to be running continuously, so we'll put it on this side. Same with the 2 advanced centrifuges. These are just going to run like all the time. As this second line is probably the one that's going to get upgraded eventually, and then I can run a longer line down this way since it'll be able to run a decent amount of crap. We need our forming press. This does not get used very often, so... Like an MV forming press really isn't all that useful from what I've seen. So... Let's put our chemical bath there, our assembly machine next to the extruders, the electrolyzer. It's fine on this side. Chemical reactor right here. Same with the brewery. And then our fluid extractor, solidifier. And arc furnace is going to have its own setup. Probably running off benzene, honestly. Because the oxygen setup is down there, so... Let's see, it may have to run off this side. Yeah. Alright. I need to make more MV turbines, obviously. That's the solution here. So, let's see. Let's just run the extractor and solidifier on the constant run line. It should be alright. And then we can kill that. There. Okay. So... The fluid extractor probably doesn't need one of those. Centrifuges are going to have big ones for running large amounts of crap. Same with the sifter. I'm going to upgrade the storage on that. The extruders really don't need much. Neither does the assembly machine. Actually, the chemical bath needs its own setup too, because of coolant. So we'll fill that real quick. I totally forgot about that. Alright. And let's see, we can just place these pointing up and they'll go straight down just fine. Oops, why did I put one here? What am I even doing? Okay. There. So we're gonna need 6 of the diamond ones for that, obviously. It's funny, the normal ones don't misbehave. It's just the upgraded barrels that misbehave a lot. Really strange why that happens. Yeah, like, you'll see a lot of this crap, like, it's just all over the place. Like, there's a lot I have to sort out and fix off camera. So much garbage. Just all over the stinking place. See, I would like to get some diamond ones. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Let's see. Yeah, you can see my dust situation is getting very, very out of hand right now. So... let's just pile it all into this one. That should be good. So let's pop this. Okay. Alright, that gets me 1 diamond barrel. I really need to make more of these. Because once I get all this garbage dealt with, it'll be a lot easier. Most of these just don't need to exist. Most of this can just get broken down at this point. I guess we'll go with mostly iron then. At least an upgrade from what I had. So. Yeah, I went with iron for these two, so... Alright, we should be alright now. Hopefully. I need to get hoppers going. And then we need to wrench all of this pointing down. Alright, and set our auto outputs on everything. And the reason why I say this isn't that useful yet is a lot of the stuff for like duplicating your molds and stuff like that seems to require HV, so it's not the most useful machine at the moment. But I had to make it to make something. I forget what it was. There was like 1 or 2 things that required it. And then we can probably just put the excess lights up top on this side. Yeah, we need to set up the chemical bath and arc furnace. You know what? I'm just gonna do those off camera. I'd like to start getting into magic and stuff here. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I'll worry about that off camera. We'll try and at least get some sort of magic progression here today. Mostly Thaumcraft research. Of which this is going to be a massive learning experience for me because, and I hate Thaumcraft, I don't do it very often, so it is what it is. That's another part of the reason why I'm playing this pack specifically, is I cannot avoid Thaumcraft. I have to do it. So, I'm not given an option here. So, yeah, that's enough lighting, I think. I don't see a problem with that at the moment. So, I could also come behind here and do some more significant lighting, like I did on this side. It's like in the center and edge of each one. Alright. Yeah, that brightened it up a tiny bit more. Good enough. Okay. Now, let's get the machines loaded up, get them processing everything they need to be processing, and then we'll look into getting started with some magic here. Gonna have to look into ways I can automate these right now, too. like with some block placer and breaker machines. Let's see, how bad are those? The open blocks breaker. Let's see. They're not that bad actually. IC2 mining pipe, diamond drill tip. I can make that. It's not even a problem. Yeah. And I assume the block placer is pretty cheap. Oh yeah. Ridiculously cheap, actually. So some 10 steel motors, conveyors, pistons. Yeah, nothing. Basically free. Okay. So we will keep these backpacks and swap them with these because I'm not going to need, I don't think, anything out of those backpacks right now. Hopefully. We can get rid of those tools. I can just put the wrench up here. Yeah. Because, yeah, there's the rotating elevator. I knew I had it somewhere. I'll keep that on me, though, just in case of fails. I want to use this to get it leveling up. Let's see. How's this doing? 10k out of 118. Let's use this to get it to level up, because I need to re-level the mining level. So let's stick with that more so than these tools. We can put that in there in case of maintenance issues. Same with that. There. That's much cleaner. Alright, I'm going to go take a quick break for a couple minutes. And then I'll come back and we'll start looking into some magic quests here. Both probably a combination of Botania. And I'm not going to do much Botania automation at the moment, just because I haven't built a Botania area. And then, so our main target's going to be getting some Thaumcraft done, hopefully. And yeah, this is the whole thing about inventory scan and all of that. Apparently there is a research I can do to scan an entire chest or barrel full of crap. I wish I would have read this before. I would have done a little bit of research here to do it, but I didn't. So, oh well. Alright, I'll be back here in just a couple of minutes. And then we'll do some starter research, hopefully. Unlock the bare bones basics, and then I'll probably call it a day for there. And I'll work more off camera on getting this fixed and cleaning this mess up, because this is a disaster over here, as you can see. Yeah. But I like the way it's coming along so far. It's looking pretty good. And then I'll put the rest of the scaffolding in on the bottom down here as well. Let's test that, actually, before I go to break. Real quick, what if I do voidstone down there? I'm curious right now. I want to test. Let's see, where is my chisel at? There's my chisel. Okay. Yeah, like this, sort of, or this. Or even like this stuff, maybe. What does that look like? Just curious. No. Really out of place with the pink for that. It's a little too much. Skull voidstone. What if we did like large voidstone tiles or something? Yeah, it's too blocky and purple. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'll probably play with it off camera. See what works best. It was worth a try. Alright, I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And then we'll dip our toes into good old Thaumcraft here. See if I can make any kind of progression. Alright, see you in just a couple minutes. Okay, I'm back. So, a couple things of note. I will need to kind of block this off, so I am going to have to put some kind of blocks there for now. Let's just put this. Reason being is the yucky goop, the flux goo crap. So, in case the cauldron goes horribly, horribly wrong, which... believe me, it will go horribly, horribly wrong. Because I am noob. So, expect really, really bad things to happen with said cauldron. Hence the just block everything off strategy. That should be enough, I hope. If it's not enough, I don't know what to say. Alright, so I do kind of, sort of know how this system works. Like, Do I remember what aspects go to what? No. Absolutely not. So, and I do know that I do not want to wear these at the moment because of warp. They're there for when I need it, but yeah. Okay, so how do we get in trouble here? Let's see. We need the book, obviously. Okay. Yeah. Advanced node tapping is the one big one I know you're supposed to get like immediately. Huh. Just seeing where the quests go here. They go to Thaumium. Solid directional redstone. That's an interesting one. Earnings on, yeah, clean up your goop, basically. Clean up your goop or bad things happen. Is the general gist of that. That's zombie brains. Huh. Okay. Apparently this, you just chuck it in there and it just works. Huh. I wonder, can we just chuck thaumium into this sucker and it'll just work? Like as is, or do we have the research? Let's see. Magical metallurgy under alchemy. Okay. So let's get advanced node tapping like right off the bat here. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so we got to figure out a good way to get and match these is the general idea here. Let's see. Aspects of magic. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Let's see. Can we do it straight from over here? Okay, yeah, we can. Here we go. Good. Okay. Ordo, what is... this is vacuous and potentia. Okay. It's air and entropy. Okay. So... let's see, so that, yep. So go to vacuous. This will go to entropy. So we need something to go between those that I have a lot of. And what is that aspect? Aurum. This is magic and air. Okay. Whoops, I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm clicking the wrong thing and losing something. Potentia. It's Ordo and Ignis. Okay. So, Potentia, magic. Right? Whoops, I did it again. I gotta stop doing that. Vacuous. And then that. Let's see. This is probably far from the most efficient way to do this. And then magic again. Okay, there's that. Okay, something with entropy, probably vacuous, honestly. And then that. And let's see, what is this? Umbre, this is Lux and vacuous. Lux is fire, air. What is Modus? Air, Ordo. Okay. So if we go air, right? Vacuous is air. So then we can go like that. And there we go. It's probably far from the best way to do that, but hey, noob. So here we are. Okay, that one is the obvious. What's that? Scanning. Let's see. Balanced shards. Oh, yeah, they put it in reverse. Okay. I see where they went there. We do want to be able to make thaumium. This is under what here? Under alchemy, magical metallurgy. Okay. Let's see. Node preserver. Pretty sure that's another one you're supposed to get like early on. Let's see. Instrumentum is Humanus Ordo. Cognito is Ignis and Spiritus. So Mortis and Victus. This is Aqua Terra. Okay. There's Fabrico. This is Humanus and Instrumentum. Okay. We have a ton of Instrumentum, so we should be able to go like that. Let's see, that gets that out of the way. Ignis and Spiritus. Okay. That one I'm not sure where to go from there, honestly. Humanus. Spiritus is Victus Mortis. Victus. So. Okay, so we should probably work on this then. All right, so Spiritus. Where is Spiritus? Here it is. Okay, Spiritus there, right? So Spiritus is Mortis Victus. Okay, so Mortis, right? Mortis is Victus and Entropy. Okay. So if we go like that and then like that, that should work. So we need to find something in common here. Oh, and entropy. Let's see. You. That one. Okay. And that should bridge the gap right here. Yep. Okay. So there's the node preserver done. Keep opening the quest book. Node in a jar. Okay, research expertise. Obviously, we want that. Okay, what do we got? Lux, Ordo, Census, and Cognito. What is... Dang it, I keep clicking the wrong thing. It's this air and spiritus. Okay. This is air up here, so... how about air Ordo? Air Ordo is Modus. Okay, can we go from Modus to Lux? Probably by air. Yep. Okay. And Cognito is Ignis and Spiritus. Modus is Air Ordo, so we're going to use Lux here. Ignis. There we go. Done. Alright, what's next? Deconstruction table, research mastery. This is warp, if I do that. Okay. What is master node tapping? I wonder. Let's see. It's under alchemy, magical metallurgy right here. We definitely want that. We definitely want nitor, alumentum. Those are given. Yeah. Okay, which one do we got here? To magical metallurgy. This is what I want. Okay. Tellum is Terra and Vitreous. What is Vitreous? Terra Ordo. Okay. Magic is Vacuous and Potentia. Gia is Ordo Ignis. Alright, so we want... Where is it? Potentia. Ordo. There we go. Okay, we can now make Thaumium. Let's do Alumentum next. Okay. Okay, it's showing now on there for some reason. I don't know why it wasn't showing before. We need to kill NEI. There we go. Alright, so... we can just go Potentia there, Ignis there. We need to figure out Ignis and Entropy. Just tell them. There's Cognito. There's also Infernus. Here we go. Gellum. Okay. Boom. Done. Okay, what do we got? Lux and Fire. Obviously, we just go boom, boom. That's a given right there. Magic. It's Potentia right here. And we go Fire right there, and then another Lux right there. Done. Okay. Sentia Distillation. Do I want to do that right now? Charcoal Transmutation. Water Transmutation. That's GregTech research. Okay. We should probably do Distillation. I know I'm gonna need to. We might as well do these to see if they're useful. Why not, right? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh god. I'm a Slime and Sticky is Victus and Aqua. Let's see, Potentia, Fire. So we need to get from here, we need to get from Ordo Victus somehow. I have no freaking clue how we're gonna get there. Potentia, Ordo Ignis. Or we can try to go from magic to water somehow. Fire and that. to life. Terra. How do we get to here? Vacuous. Potentially. Okay, that gives me air or Bicho. Okay. Can we get air and water, maybe? Is that a thing anywhere? There's census for air. That's not going to do me any good. There's Aurum to get to air. Aha! Tempestus. Here we go. Alright. So that gives me air or aqua. So we can just put air there. There we go. Saved it. Okay. Let's do charcoal transmutation next. Okay. What do we have here? Arbor. Yeah, I know. I'm like super new to this. I haven't done this much ever, so it's gonna be a massive learning experience. So I am gonna be pretty slow at first here. Okay, so if we go like this, right? Arbor, we can just go air. And then we can go air across from there. And Lux, because I have a lot of Lux. And fire. Whoops. Lux. Okay, and then obviously that. Probably not the most efficient way, but hey, it works. That's all I care about. Okay. Ordo, Perditio, and Aqua. How the heck are we going to get between those? That's a good question. Let's bring you back up. Venenum. Okay, so this is probably our go-to right here. Where is that? Over here. All right. So, and then we can do entropy here. Enium, entropy. And same thing here. We can just go straight across. Okay. Water transmutation. Sure, why not? Okay. It's literally the same thing that I just did. Okay. It's the same thing, just different. Boom, done. Hey, that's done. Yeah. So this lets me just make water buckets like that. Okay. Not super useful. I guess that would be good in an emergency. Anything. And this lets me make charcoal through the crucible if I want. And useful in an absolute emergency, I guess. We're going to need Essentia tubes for this. I know that. Just from watching people do this. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, this looks like fun. Okay. Let's kill that off real quick. So, we're going to want Ordo there. I'm not sure why that looks like that, but okay. Okay, entropy, Ordo. You know that's a combination. Where was it? Eventually, I'll learn these. It's only a matter of time. Let's see. Right there. Okay, I'm not sure why that looks like that, honestly. So... we can just pull that out. This. This, we want entropy. And entropy there. And then... not that. Shit. Okay, that was a waste. We'll get that back. Okay, so now if we go like that, we can just use ordo to bridge the gap. There we go. That almost went really bad. Advanced tubes. Let's see here. What else can we get into? Better wands, obviously. This is probably wise to go through, I guess. We'll get this, sure. Yeah, let's just go at it here. All right, great wood core. All right, this is Ordo Humanus. Okay. So we can go vacuous, Ordo. We can go like that, that. That and that. I'm sure there's a better way I could have done that, but I'm not worried. I have so much of this stuff right now that it doesn't worry me at all. So I'm sure the costs get astronomical later on, but shouldn't be that big of a problem here. Okay, so if we go Terra from here, why does that not work? Oh, wrong one. Urban. That's why. Okay, so we need to go Terra. Okay. So if we go Terra and then Victus, right? Let's see, Terra and entropy. Is that a combination that exists? There's Arbor. There is that. Otis, which would be air. Okay, there's also entropy and water. Okay, is water and Terra a combination? Water, Terra, Victus. Okay. So if we go like that, so this was kind of unnecessary right there. Let's do that. Let's go water. Okay. And then venom. There we go. Salvage that. That was a mess. Let's do wand foci here. Well, let's see. That's just a bunch of lux, like this. Uh-oh. Okay, so we go air like that. And we need to get to modus. That's just air ordo. So let's do air. And then vacuous. There we go. Done. These are probably bigger ones right here. They are. Okay, that's vitreous. What is this thing? Chrome is greed over here. So hunger and humanus. And this is humanus. So yeah, we're trying to get up to here basically. So let's see. Like that. And then we can come down. Humanus. Instrumentum. Okay, those are connected. Now we need to get from Instrumentum or Humanus over to Metallum. Okay, so it's probably going to involve Ordo here. Let's see. Ordo there. Vitreous there. Ordo there. And then Vitreous there. Good. This is probably the same thing, but smaller. Yep. Alright. Ordo. Vitreous. Vitreous. Ordo. And then we do that. And that. Done. Okay. Let's see. Focus pouch. That's probably a good thing to get. We need to refill these. It's just an ink sac. Whoa, the lag again. Oh my god, what is with all the FPS lag today? What is going on? It's so bad. Like, I don't know why the FPS lag is so bad today. Like, it's incredibly, incredibly bad. We want the focus pouch. This is like a block replacer, I think, if I remember right, from watching like Direwolf's old Let's Plays of 1.7. I think that's like a block replacer thing. Well, that's obvious. That's just basically Smite with lightning. That one, I don't know what that does. Excavation is pretty obvious what that does. I don't know what wand cap substitution is either. Let's see. Botania. Magical flowers. That's obviously something I need, like, to get really far into Botania. So let's do it. Okay, oh, we can go to that. Terra. Let's go with that, I guess. Is there anything with Ignis and Terra? No, there is not. Ignis Air and Ignis and Ignis Ordo. Okay, so how to get to Ignis there, and then we gotta that. right? So now we got to bridge the gap there somehow. With this one. Okay, what is not working here? It's probably that, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's that that's not working, right? Yeah, these two are not connected. Okay. So we need to connect this somehow. Water and terrace. Aqua Terra. Here we go. There's that. Okay, next. Okay, it's this typical combination. This seems to be a common combination here. Like... Like, yeah, this seems to be very, very common. Not gonna lie here. Let's go Ordo on that. I need to check what that is as well. It's Panis. Okay. So we can just bridge that gap with those. We need to get from there to Ordo, which we can do by just spamming the same thing. And Vacuos and Air. Okay. So we can go like that. And then like that. There we go. Alright, I feel like this is getting smoother. It's getting a lot faster now. Let's see. Flower duplication, magic mushrooms. Mana Steel Wrench. Where are you, Thaumcraft? I've already got a Mana Steel Wrench. And an electric Mana Steel Wrench at that. Obviously want flower dupes and mushrooms. That's a given. Anything with floral cultivation sounds like a good idea. Well, we're gonna need that. We're going to need that. Obviously. We'll not touch the forbidden knowledge for now. Let's see. Magic mushrooms. This can't be that bad, right? Uh-huh. Okay, so... Alright, so we're going to go Victus here. Let's see, and then... How do we get up to this? Darkness, Vacuous, and Lux. So I feel like we do that. We're going to have to do that, obviously. Then we're going to have to do that, and then we're just going to have to connect those, like so. So, this gets either Ordo or that. This is life Ordo, so now we put Ordo here. There we go. That's another one down. I feel like this is going a heck of a lot faster. Really. I'm starting to get the hang of it again here. Okay, let's see. Census. Okay. So this ends up going to Terra Aqua. Invictus. What does this do? Census. Where is the ghost at? Spiritus. Okay. So Spiritus. We go like that, right? Spiritus. This is Mortis, which is. Right, it's darkness. Yep, there we go. Let's do floral cultivation first, I guess. Okay, so we gotta get across there again. So air, census, what is this? Fabrico, instrumentum, humanus, and the brain, which is fire. Okay, so we could do air here, lux here, right? We need to get to ordo. So we need to get to humanus, which needs fire, so you can go like that and do a fire. That can go like that. That can go like that. That can go like that. Probably the least efficient way to do that, but if it works, it works. That's all I care about. Okay, so we do Spiritus there, right? We need to get down to that. So Spiritus is going to be Victus. This is... Let's see, we don't have enough room to do double Terra, so we're going to have to do that. That gets that done. Let's see. Oh, geez. This is gonna be fun right here. Fabrico is Humanus. So if we do that, and we go back to that, and then we can just duplicate that. There we go. Alright, dinner's ready, so I'm gonna finish off these last two right here, and then we'll call it there for now. So... Alright, let's see, what do we got? Cognito again, huh? Ugh. It's like, I'm sure there's a guide for this on the most efficient way to do it. I'm not looking it up on purpose, because the only way I'm going to learn how to do this is do it the hard way. So, that looks like our best path towards that. So, now we can break out into Bestia, which is Modus. This is Ordo. So that was a mistake. Ordo. Okay, so Bestia breaks down into Modus. You can do more Modus and Ordo to connect it. Okay, then we got Air Ordo from Cognito. So air, fire, obviously. That's where we're gonna go, I think. So fire, lux, and then air. Done. Boom. Alright, next. Alright, we can do either one there. Just have to be able to get to aqua. Let's see. I mean, that's pretty obvious right there. So. Yeah, and then we can do Ordo, and then anything that connects two Ordos together. Okay, so we gotta get Ordo Aqua somehow. Let's pull this up again. Is there an Ordo Aqua? No. Okay. It's Tempestus Air Aqua. So if we did Lux, and then that, and then we did Tempestus, where is that? Okay. Then we connect that with air. There we go. Good enough, I guess. We got a good start here. To see what all this stuff does. This you can duplicate flowers. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So once we get flowers, we can just duplicate them. Floral cultivation. That's an infusion recipe, so I'm going to have to do that. This is to change the colors, so we're going to need infusion to do that. Magic mushrooms. Let's see. So this is a way to turn them back into mushrooms. And flower duplication. So we have to figure out how to grow flowers. Let's do this one. Even though it's a little bit of warp, it's minor, it says, so it shouldn't be that bad. Let's just do this one real quick here. Okay, Mortis. I need to refill the dang stupid tool. There you go. Okay. Aqua. Victus and Aqua. Yeah, is Victus again, Aqua. Okay, so okay. Mortis is going to be our way to go, so we're going to go like, we need to put a Mortis in first, and then go that way. Whoops, I double-clicked. That way. And, yeah, Vacuous works. I think I have the most of Vacuous, but anything with that will just work. Just seeing if I have anything else that I have more of. Does not look like it, so we'll just use Vacuous. That's fine. I just want to see what this does. Okay. Necrodermal virus. Okay. So that's useful, Nullidermal virus. Okay. Those are for, these right here, which are, you just turn it up. Eye bulbs, it looks like. And whatever else it uses, I don't have unlocked yet, so. Alright, I feel like I made some okay progress, at least. And we got our first actual warp. I don't know how much, but shouldn't be that bad. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. As my dinner's getting cold over here. I want to eat it before it gets, like, ice cold. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I will see you on the next one here. Let me look at my schedule real quick. I put it up earlier today. I was a little late doing it. Yeah, tomorrow and Friday, I'm going to go ahead and do the ukulele a couple days. I may start streaming later. I put the schedule as 2 p.m. Pacific instead of noon. Just because I've been waking up like an hour or two later than usual, so I figure like that'll work for now. Until I get my sleep back on track. So yeah, thank everybody for watching. I will see you tomorrow with some ukulele. And bye everyone.